Good morning. It is 7:14 a.m. on Tuesday, June 16th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Um, a little bleary-eyed still this morning. My not getting quite enough sleep caught up with me last night because I was playing a little bit more of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm very close to the end, I think. Um, I'm pretty sure I'm in the last chapter, but I don't know how long that goes. One of the weird quirks of that remake is that, even if you kind of sort of know the basics of the story, what you know is the much shorter version from the original game, and so you don't know how much filler stuff they put in there. Anyway, I was playing that, and I got to a point where there's a point near the end where you have to go up 59 floors, and it literally says you can take the elevator or you can take the emergency stairs. And just out of sheer sort of perverse pleasure, I took the emergency stairs, which in game has just a very simple stairwell where you just have to run your character around and around and around and around and around, going up 59 flights. And what's amazing about it is that your characters actually, like, usually you can run around the map, but as you progress, it keeps slowing you slower and slower and slower until by the end you're really just like trudging up the stairs, and all of the characters are spouting a little dialogue complaining about how many stairs it is. And so I decided to do that just because I thought it was funny, but the problem was it actually was pretty boring going up 59 flights that way. Um, Even though it's not a tremendously long time, but it was, it takes 5 or 6 seconds to do each flight. And so that's, 5 or 6 minutes of just running around in a little circle. And and honestly, it was kind of hypnotic, and I kept almost falling asleep there, and like I'd find I'd just run into the wall and was like, oh, because I started to like fuzz out for a second. So I decided I needed to go to bed, and so I did. Yesterday was a big relief, and that's because there was, I mean, if you're watching this today, you probably heard the news already, but there was a big landmark Supreme Court case ruling where they have now officially ruled that the 1964 Civil Rights Act does protect against discrimination for gender identity and sexual orientation, which is huge because there were a lot of places where that wasn't true up until that point. And and it's extra huge just because a lot of people were afraid it was going to go the other way, and that the Supreme Court, highest law of the land, was going to basically officially say, no, that's all right. You can discriminate. You can fire people just because they're gay or because they're transgender. And that was terrifying. Like, just the idea that that would be yet another step in the slide of our country. And I was really scared that it was going to happen. Not because I thought anything was going to happen to me right away or anything like that, but it's like it was just awful to think that that was going to be where our country was going. And frankly, although there are still a lot of problems, the fact that that is no longer one of them, or at least not until someone tries to do something about it, um, such a just tremendous relief. It was a victory for certain. Now, like, yeah, okay. So anyway, just very happy about that. So I got sushi yesterday, delivery for dinner, and it was really good. And yeah, so just feeling pretty good about that today. And it was just this source of stress. Like the last couple of times they went and said, oh, okay, we're going to announce some Supreme Court cases. But yeah, you know, it's good. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.